Hey everybody and welcome back. I wanted to spend a couple of minutes just talking to you about tutorial hell, how to know if you're in tutorial hell, what even is tutorial hell, and give some tips on how to avoid falling into it. As someone who makes a lot of tutorials on YouTube, I spend probably, I would say, 50% of my time even on the platform nowadays trying to answer questions from people who ask questions that they probably shouldn't be asking. And I don't mean that to attack anybody who asks questions on the comment section, of course not. But you can tell very quickly by the question that somebody's asking whether they've actually learned anything from the tutorial or if they are just asking for you to do the thinking for them. And that usually means that this person has either completely misunderstood the material or is so far into tutorial hell that they're not even capable of thinking that way anymore. So, what actually is tutorial hell in the first place? Tutorial hell is a coined phrase that means that a person has done so many tutorials that they're incapable of producing any output without a tutorial, i.e., someone who started off with the best of intentions, wanting to learn how to use Blender, wanting to learn how to code, to use Unity, whatever. And what happens is they follow these tutorials that don't really teach them anything. It's just a monkey see, monkey do type of situation. So when they actually go to try to replicate that output without the tutorial, they can't do it. So their brain, the way that our brains are wired up is if we got results doing one thing and we didn't get results doing another, we go back to the thing that we got results from doing. In this case, that being a tutorial. So they find another tutorial and they follow the same process. What that eventually leads to is complete inability to actually produce any output without someone telling you how to do it step by step. And this is where those questions arise from in the comments section, where you have literally spelled out to somebody how to do something and then they ask you a question, literally just asking you to go to tell them how to do the thing that the video shows them how to do. Now, sometimes that just means that the instructor, the teacher, hasn't done a very good job of explaining it, and we've all been there. We all learn differently, and a YouTube video isn't like a face-to-face teacher. In that, if I'm teaching someone face-to-face, I can understand whether they're getting what I'm saying or if I need to put it into different words. But with a YouTube video, you don't have that luxury. You just have to teach in as generic a way as possible, and then hope that as many people as possible get it. So it's not entirely the fault of the person watching the videos, and it's not entirely the fault of the person who's making the video. Sometimes the way that someone learns and the way that someone teaches just doesn't fit together. And in those cases, there's not much anyone can really do about it. If my videos, for example, if you don't find you understand the material that I teach, then by all means continue to try to get your head around some of the material by watching further videos, but maybe my teaching style just doesn't connect with you. There's not much either of us can really do about that, in which case no harm done and no hard feelings, as it were. As I've said, it's very easy for people to fall into tutorial hell because you don't really realize you're doing it, particularly if there are some really interesting tutorials on Udemy that the actual finished product looks absolutely amazing. There's a few really good ones where you make like really high poly sports cars using nifty tricks that they use in the industry. And the person who's making the tutorial clearly knows an awful lot about what they're doing, but doesn't necessarily explain it in a way that you can digest and actually learn the process. So you will spend 40 something hours going through these tutorials creating that output. But when it comes to actually trying to replicate that, because you haven't learned the fundamentals, the foundations, and the layers that are required to achieve the level of understanding where that output becomes second nature, what you're essentially doing is just monkey see, monkey do. You're just copying what someone else says to do without really knowing why you're doing it. And there are likely to be multiple layers of reasoning behind why the person does it that way. But unless you make the mistakes that that person made when they were first learning, unless you go through the process of figuring these things out on your own, then that's all you're ever going to be able to do. Is just copy what that person has told you to do. And that process might be all right for a few, but sooner or later, you're going to encounter a problem that didn't come up in that tutorial series, and you're going to be stumped. And it's the same with coding. It's all very well and good copy pasting code and sort of understanding how it works, but it's like learning to speak Chinese, in that yes, understanding the words is fine, but sooner or later someone's going to come up to you and say those words in a combination that you're not familiar with, and you're going to be screwed because you didn't put the time in to actually learn the different ways that these things can be done and the problems that can arise from taking shortcuts. So how do you actually avoid falling into tutorial hell in the first place? I mean, nine times out of 10, when I broach this kind of topic in other videos, although perhaps not in quite as diplomatic a way, I usually get a lot of people say, "Oh, I learn just by copy pasting. That's how I figure things out," which is complete bullshit. You don't. It's very, very unlikely that anyone's going to fully learn and understand how to do something if they just copy and paste. If you just copy the code that I put on the screen, then if you're an experienced coder, you might be able to figure everything out. And I go to pains to try and explain step by step what everything does. But if you're not following those steps, if you're just going to the end of the video and copying the code and saying, "Oh, I'll figure it out later," you're doing yourself a disservice, really, because you're not giving yourself the full experience, the full education, as it were. Anyway, I digress. I keep digressing. So how do you avoid falling into tutorial hell? If you're going to follow one of these tutorial series on something like Blender, Maya, Unity, coding, rather than starting at chapter 1 and just blasting through the whole thing, what I would suggest is do chapter 1 and then stop. Do something that enables you to practice using whatever it is you've learned, even if it's just configuring the interface. Because I guarantee you, any Blender tutorial you watch, the first video is always how the person who teaches the tutorial configures their interface. And they always say, "Oh, well, if you don't want to do it this way, then don't, but this is how I do it." And they sort of subconsciously encourage you to set up your interface so that it looks exactly like theirs, which may not be the best way that works for you. So anyway, take whatever you learn in their first video and then play around. Spend the rest of the day working through whatever it is you've learned and trying it out in different contexts. For example, if you watch a drawing tutorial, you're going to spend loads of time and people are going to just basically get you drawing basic shapes, okay? This is my cube. It's amazing, isn't it? Fuck, I'm good at drawing cubes. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you could go on to the next tutorial after drawing one cube and say, "Yeah, I figured out how to draw cubes. I figured it out. I'm great now." But have you figured out how to draw an actual cube that works, that looks like it's a three-dimensional cube, or have you just created an illusion? Does this thing have a vanishing point? Does this thing have shading? You can learn so much more just by experimenting and playing around with things once you've learned the basics. If you read a drawing book, which is, probably where they're going to get recommendations to learn how to draw 3D shapes before you do anything else. You could just sit and work through it page by page until you've finished the whole thing before you even pick up a pencil. But any drawing book that's worth a damn, that's written by someone who has half a fucking clue how the human brain works, will include in the text of the book to stop at the end of every chapter and do some exercises. They'll even give you exercises and tell you to go out and practice. Do this. Once you've learned how to draw a circle, find objects that are made out of circles and do them. Try to draw them. Try to make a silly little caterpillar that's made out of loads of circles put together. Try to draw a house or a car that's made out of cubes or whatever. Experimenting and playing around, not just blindly following the tutorial until its conclusion and then realizing you can't fucking remember what you did in chapter 1, so you have to start again, and the cycle continues. So that's my biggest piece of advice that I can think of for avoiding falling into tutorial hell, is rather than just blindly follow the program, do one video at a time and then stop and play around and just mess about. It doesn't matter if you achieve anything with the rest of that day. If you learn how to draw a square or a cube, and then you spend the rest of the day just drawing things that are made out of cubes, it doesn't matter if you feel like you've painted the Sistine Chapel or you've redesigned the internal combustion engine to be able to work on water. It's irrelevant. Is the point is that you're going through the process and you're experimenting and you're making mistakes and you're learning from those mistakes. Bob Ross always used to say there are no mistakes, there are only happy accidents. And he's true in so many ways. And the way that I'm trying to explain it right now is the mistakes that you make going through the process, whether you're learning to draw, learning to make 3D models, learning to code, learning to speak a foreign language, those mistakes will sit in your brain far more effectively than just watching someone do it perfectly first time without any mistake making. So anyway, I hope you found that useful. Let me know what you think in the comment below. We're always happy to have a discussion about this sort of thing. But I will see you in the next one. And until then, you take damn good care of yourselves. All right. Bye bye.